We're here with Scott Paddock, president of Chicagoland Speedway. Race coming up, Geico 400, second year of the chase for the Sprint Cup, leading off the playoff series. What has that meant for the race?
Well, it's been huge for us, Ed, because no longer are we one of 36 NASCAR races, as special as it is to welcome the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series to your venue, to your market. Being designated to host the kickoff race in the chase is a huge honor, and for us it's elevated the profile of our event. We're no longer really a regional event, we're truly a national event. And what we've seen is an unprecedented collaboration with NASCAR to create a week-long of programming in downtown Chicago leading into our event weekend. So NASCAR's reason for moving the chase to the market Chicago is they wanted to give the start of their playoffs the big stage and the big event feel that it deserves, the big platform it deserves. And what better way to do that in a market like Chicago that affords you all the opportunities and resources that Chicago does. And I think you're going to look, Chicago is a very important market for NASCAR in order to continue their growth. You know, they evolved as a southern sport, and over the last decade they've really transformed themselves into a national following. And having success in a market like Chicago is a critical priority for them. So the chase is going to be big.
This is the 12th year that the NASCAR has been in Chicago. Talk a little bit about where it's been and where it's going. Where are we at right now, and then where it's going?
You know, it came into the market 12 years ago with a lot of electricity, a lot of buzz, and sustained that for many, many years. And certainly this sport has been impacted by the economic environment as much or greater than any other. So that we've had our share of headwinds and continue to have some of those. But I'm excited. If you're in my position, you're excited about the future direction of the sport. The beauty of sports is its unpredictable nature. You never know what storylines are going to come in. And if I've learned anything in my 20 years in the industry, it's that every league has had its ups and downs. But again, the beauty of it is you never know what's around the corner, and we've got some great young up-and-coming stars, some great storylines. Danica Patrick that's bringing the female audience into the sport. A guy like Travis Pastrana who's conquered the action sports universe. He's now dabbling in NASCAR stock car racing. Young up-and-coming drivers like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So the sport is poised well once this economy kind of turns itself around.
So, but for the casual fan, do they get that, hey, this is the start of a playoff series, this is bigger than a normal race during the season? Talk about trying to educate them. This is bigger, this is different, and and what's been the results as far as that dynamic working for the race?
Well, we know most of our fans come out there for the exciting racing action, but NASCAR, what's so unique about NASCAR is it's a lifestyle for the fans that follow it. They plan vacations around it. They camp on our facility for many, many days. But there's also this universe of the casual fan in a market like Chicago that is intrigued by what NASCAR is about, the party, the festival atmosphere. And so that's why we do things like, you know, bring concerts like Luke Bryan, who's going to be performing a pre-race concert at our event. We want to draw people in to experience our facility, to experience the sport and get hooked, because once you experience the sport, you're going to be hooked. I would argue NASCAR, Ed, more than any other sport, delivers that emotional experience, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the vibrancy of the sport. And as the TV viewership element has become much more compelling with HD and 3D graphics, you know, sports properties now more than ever before are really driven and focused on how do we make sure that nothing competes with that at-venue experience. And you know, that emotional experience you get through motorsports, you can't get that on a couch sitting in your living room.